folks listening in might not know that your background in marketing was actually paid advertising, Facebook ads specifically, and you pivoted to organic, essentially. And could you tell us more about why and how you thought through that decision?
Yes. So a couple of reasons. First, I just have this habit where I don't like doing what everyone else is doing. And when I first started using Facebook ads, a lot of people were using it, but it was still relatively fresh and it was interesting. It wasn't everyone doing the same thing. A few years later, when it really exploded, it just felt like every day you were getting the same ads, same type of ads. And you could see the comments from people to like, yet another one of these. And that just didn't feel good to me in terms of what I wanted to be doing in my business. The other thing was at the scale that we were spending at, there were some months where we would spend 5-6 figures. We burned out on ads really quickly. So we had to constantly create new ad angles. And I felt like I was spending so much time just brainstorming ad ideas and video recording ads and things like that. Even though I had an agency, like if you're the face of your brand, you got to sit down and record those videos yourself. You got to give feedback on things. And that wasn't what I wanted to be doing with my time. Then there were the technical aspects where costs were rising. And this is how it goes for every ad platform. You have the beginning, costs are cheap. As it grows and becomes more successful, ad costs increase. And so it really felt like a lot of things are coming together to create some writing on the wall. I'm not saying you can't do ads profitably nowadays. You absolutely can. But we were able to only scale so much. Beyond that, we were seeing a decrease in return, and I wanted to scale further. Plus all the things that we talked about. Plus I saw that the ad costs were increasing. And so instead of spending more time thinking about, all right, how do I improve conversions? How do I add more pieces to make the funnel more profitable? I said, you know what, let me just see what other options there are out there, because my time, I'd rather be focused on creating things that feel fun and fresh and valuable to me versus the same kind of stuff over and over and over.
That is clarifying. Follow-up question to that is, what does the current split look like as far as your investments into paid versus search versus social, for instance?
Yes. So right now, as of now, we are not running any paid traffic. We have over the past few years from time to time, but every time it just feels like, I'll get inspired. I'll run some ads, get a new ad idea, and then we'll run it. I'll be like, okay, yeah, hitting a ceiling. I don't want to be spending all my time. Same problems. And also, I feel like Facebook is so strict with their ad accounts and what they approve or not. It gets really tiring appealing and talking to ad managers all the time, like, hey guys, here's the history, here's everything. And so after all, I'll be like, okay, you know what? Yep, good try. Ready to focus on other things. So that's on and off. I might once again do that down the road. I don't want to, close that out again for full transparency, but the majority of my investment is in SEO and scaling the content that we put out. So we're currently at a point. So I want to remind everyone that for the first 2 years, plus actually more than that, we only put out 1 article a month. That was enough. We focused on really just building the authority. But now we're scaling beyond that. And so we recently upped our content to 15 articles.
I see.
Yeah. So really doing that. And then now we're thinking about, how do we do it better? How are we able to be search optimized while adding more personality, making the content even better, adding better design, just making even more high value so that it creates a win for the readers and allows us to scale more, creating that win-win situation.